Savitri cha, Dvitiyam Brahmacharini, Tritiyam Chandraganteti, Kushmandeti Chaturtakam, Panchamam Gandamateti, Shastyam Kadyayaniti cha, Saptamam Kalaratriti, Mahaguriti Chastramam, Navamam Siddhidatri cha, Navadurga Prakirtita, Uttanye Tarinamani, Paramanava Mahatmanaha.
Hello, welcome. It's Hemalayaa here with the Embody Freedom series. Take a big refreshing breath in this moment. The invitation for you is to pause within the pause. Take some deep breaths in and be on the journey of movement and experience. So the Embody Freedom series, we are creating ancient practices, inviting you into practicing like ancient practices and modern practices as well to clear out any chaos, any uncertainty, any unpeace of mind. So the invitation is to join myself. I'm the lead facilitator, but we have incredible guest facilitators on our series. And we are here to guide you into overcoming any modern day insanity. The series is designed to ground us in a whole new level of embodiment of leadership. Because fear and stress and anxiety is going to come on in and it's going to attempt to take us off our center. And the invitation for you is to thrive by reclaiming and sustaining your joy and your pleasure through movement. Movement of the breath, movement of the body, movement of the mindset. So take a deep breath in with me. Deep breath in, deep breath in, deep breath in. This we're going to hold for just a moment and exhale. So this is not like a talky talk show only. This is a embodiment show. It's a series for you to experience what it's like when we have movement flowing. My experience and my belief is that movement is absolutely key for us to be in our most alive selves. And right now is the time to pivot and expand into those places of freedom, the freedom that this kind of movement gives us, gives me anyway. And a lot of you out there. So welcome. And I also want to say a special hello to my sisters from the Embody Your Leadership Masterclass this weekend. Yay! Sending you out a blast. We are actually going live right now, also in our private group from our experience this weekend. So I want to blast you out, sisters, like way to show up for yourselves. Like really want to honor you. What a beautiful experience to be with you this weekend. Truly, like I felt you playing. I felt you showing up. I feel you sisters like rising up to your level, your next level of leadership. And honestly, it doesn't have to be on stages. You know that. This is not just for, the leadership that we think, in those terms, but leadership is also you showing up for you showing up present, alive, connected in your life. So join us here Monday to Friday. We go live here and on YouTube or wherever you're watching from, truly. And we've got incredible musical guests sometimes, artists, as well as a guest facilitator. And today, I'm super excited to introduce a dear friend of mine who will be on, Sharon Brock. So we will bring her on, and she's got you'll see. She's delicious. You'll enjoy. So welcome. What we like to do at the beginning here is to bring us into our bodies through the breath. So let's start with some jiggles out here and wiggle the body, shake off. If you just woke up like I did, you're going to shake off any of those cells that are sleeping, and we want to wake everything up. So jiggle the shoulders and Blubber the lips, and we're gonna move back here into this space. Maybe a little hop. Yes, I got my slippers on because we are all at home. I will be going live again today, actually. I'll be on the Shift Network today, Wednesday, and Friday. Super excited about it. So join me there too for a little afternoon practice. Goes from 11:30 to 12 today, Pacific Coast time. Woo! Roll the shoulders around and back. Nice hip distance apart. Bend those knees. And as you're moving the shoulders, really open up your spine here and arching your pelvis and your hips. Breathe. Deep breath in. How deep can you breathe? How big of a gift of this breath that gives us more life can you go? And roll the shoulders forward. Move your head from side to side. Who are you when you come home to this body? Let's go from side to side here. Step it out. Blubber those lips. Woo! Push out with a sound. Woo! And now push out in every direction as if you are renovating your space and you're creating more space in your life. Awesome, Susan. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you who are entering this space, come on in. Get right into movement. Or if you're sitting there and you're not sure yet, write in and say hi. So deep breath in. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Reach up. Exhale down. Woo. All right. Yes. So that's exactly what I was looking for. A little upbeat for a sec here. So shake out your hands as if you're flicking something off your wrists and your fingers. Maybe you've got some honey on there. Walk it out side to side. Breathe. Woo. What is it that you are shaking off in this moment? So the invitation is to really go for this. What are you shaking off in this moment? I'll tell you, I'm shaking off not having enough sleep. I'm shaking off getting my moon early. So I'm just like, lots is in my body today, in my mind. So shake out your head now. This is where we turn into that cartoon character. And you got to be willing to just be silly like kids are. Feels really good. All right, bounce your shoulders. And now walk in your space. Bounce your shoulders and walk in your space. Give a little snap. Woo! Let your tongue dance. Okay, awesome. That's some great feedback. Thank you, Susan. You want a little bit more announcement before I go live? So you're ready? I love that. Yeah, for sure. So hands out, bounce the shoulders, walk it out side to side. So try this for a moment. We're going into the receptive mode. And the reason is we want to block or shake off any place where we're blocked from really receiving divine insights today, every moment. From this moment to the next moment, breathe. And so we've got beautiful invitations for you today. So we're going to move into our hips. Let's make little circles in one direction. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Jen. All right, one direction, then the other. Woo! Let's make a sound here. Woo! Woo! And now let's pulse it forward and back. Breathe. And we're going to jiggle it out now. A little vibration, a little rumbling in the tummy. It's that same sound that we heard when we would speak into that fan in the hot summer days. Well, we did anyways on the east where I grew up, Toronto, Canada. It got so hot in the summers. And when I was a little girl, we play in the fan. Obviously, not put our fingers in there because that was a no-no. But I would always So try that. Part of these movements bring us back forward into that inner child in us, that wisdom of that inner child that knows how to return home to your truth. So take a deep breath in right now as you move. Oh, deep breath in, deep breath in, deep breath in. Who are you when you breathe deeply? Who are you when you give yourself the space and the time to be in your freedom? Who are you? Notice. Even if you're giving yourself just a little bit right now, even if you're still just sitting there, woo, notice what it feels like when you breathe even deeper. Ooh, and then see what it feels like when you take those arms out and you stretch out. You bounce the shoulders or you swim back even. That's funny. All right, taking the arms back, breathe. Woo! And then go down into the water. Tio just gave me this idea of. All right, balance it out. Just a few seconds here. Move around your space. Take up space. It is time to take up space. Go, little pitter patters. Turn into that little girl, little boy, the little one inside of you that needs attention, play, and intimacy. Woo! Give it to that little being inside of you right now. Woo! I know my little being needs some lovies this morning and some cuddles, so rock yourself from side to side. Give yourself a juicy hug. All right, last few seconds. Shake everything. Pitter patter your feet, your arms, shake out your head. Woo! Make some sounds here. Woo! Awesome. Ooh, walk it forward. Plant your feet. Close your eyes. We're going to do a little intention setting for today. Breathe in. What are your intentions for today? What have you had on the list or the internal list? Peace, trust, grounding, love, play, sensuality, aliveness, presence, whatever that is for you today. Write your spiritual list right now as your eyes are closed and you're either standing. I enjoy standing with my soles of my feet open to the earth and bending my knees slightly. So I invite you to bend your knees slightly here and reach your heart from all sides, all directions, up towards the sky. Breathe. Expand your heart out to the sides now. Let go of any pockets that are contracted or have been holding for a long time. And the way to do that is to take that deep breath in. That deep, deep drink of air, oxygen, nutrients, love, high frequency energy, and exhale out of the mouth. Let's do the same thing and activate our third eye. You can even touch it very, very gently. So right in the middle of your forehead, your inner eye, knocking gently, very gently on your inner eye and saying, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up so we can see straight and curved and round. True spiritual pathway. And breathe here. Who are you when you come home to your truth? Breathe into her now. Breathe into her now. all the places that we forget, we avoid, or we, those little parts of myself, the parts of you that you forget. Rock yourself from side to side. Bring your hands to your heart, and rock yourself. A little gentle little wiggle from side to side. Let go with a high voice. Relaxation. And then we'll go. And now a little yummy noise. Inhale. So we're calling in our allies, our support team. Thank you, Devas, Devis, divine goddesses, divine feminines. Come on into our space and surround us now. Hold us as we go into our expansion here and now. Healers in the house, shamans in the house, priestesses in the house, coaches, spiritualpreneurs, loves. You are committed to making change here, making an impact here. Breathe into your being. You get to come home first to yourself again and again and again. The first again and again, because, right, we're going to forget. This is the human existence we're in. We're going to forget who we truly are. And so this invitation is for you to remember who you are. And that's why we do all the wacky, weird, silly, and fun things that we do here on this series, in this series. And the invitation for you is to get into the game with us. To get into the game with you, who you truly are. Awesome. Drop the head down, round your head from side to side. Breathe here. And drop the head down fully. Breathe into the back of your neck. Your spine is still straight. If you're standing, then your knees are bent slightly. Again, a little micro bend. And when you're ready, open your eyes and inhale the head back up. Awesome. Hello. How do you feel now? Write it in the comments. I'd love to hear. So we had an incredible weekend this weekend. I have to say it again. Truly, I feel so blessed to spend a whole weekend with sisters on a path of really committing to this aliveness, this remembering who we are, this joy that is our nature. And we forget because the material world, this world is super dense, and it brings us into disconnection, unfortunately, sometimes. So we want to bring ourselves into remembering. And so that's what we were doing this weekend at Embody Your Leadership Masterclass. So such just divine sisters. I'm so proud of us, so proud of you. Thank you for being there. It's really exciting, right? All of us coming together, playing games, moving our bodies, and then getting into action and making Facebook Lives and showing up and sharing your work and your visions. That's really what we worked on this last weekend. And opening up even more visions right now, because this was the card that we picked. And I did a whole session. I was teaching about Saraswati and inviting her into being with us. And I got into this whole thing about our inner child. And I just even I touched on it this morning already just now. But then we picked this card. I love that. So we're going to pick a card today from our Embody Oracle card deck. And we'll do that near the end of our series episode today. And today's episode, I get to introduce you to a dear sister and a dear friend, Sharon Brock. There she is. And Sharon and I go way back from our LA days. And we are still in a divine tribe connection. So our dear Sharon, she's a mindfulness facilitator, health and wellness coach. And she aspires to bring, she's also writing a book right now, just FYI. Like, I'm super excited we wanted to like really share about it. We're going to have her share about it. So she is now an author. Super exciting. So proud of this woman. Get on here, Sharon Brock.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Sweetheart. Such an
Yeah.
honor to be here with you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you here. I love your transformation of what you have gone through in your life over this last few years. And so I don't know if you would like to touch on that, but
Sure.
would love to hear, your journey.
Of course. Thank you. And everybody, hello. Welcome. Good morning. I'm calling from Los Angeles, and it is raining like crazy around here, and it's so beautiful. I'm just savoring the joy of the sound of the pitter patter. It's so beautiful. So when I was dancing with the rain. It was so great. Thank you. Oh, yeah. So what Hema was referring to is I went through breast cancer last year, well, diagnosed in 2018, finished my treatment last year, and my hair has grown back, so
it's gorgeous. Look at this. I love it. Yeah. All brand new baby hair.
That's right, exactly. And it's interesting because one of the main things that I went through going through that journey was uncertainty mixed with fear of death or fear of getting sick, right? Getting more sick. And I'm finding such a parallel now with what's happening globally, right? There's so much uncertainty, so much unknown, paired with, am I going to get sick? And what I recognized when I was going through my journey, personal journey, is the what if nature of the mind was just on overdrive. You know, what if I don't survive? What if the chemo has terrible side effects? What if, there are complications? There's all these things. And now I'm seeing globally, people are saying, what if I get sick?
Yes.
What if COVID takes over the world? What if this is the end of our species? I mean, it really can go.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. And I love that you've gone through this portal. So I would love for you to speak into like those that are feeling that. There's a lot for sure. I've gone through my own waves of that, you know?
Of course.
So yeah.
Absolutely. So essentially, as a mindfulness teacher, I thought, okay, I actually have tools for this. And I would sit in meditation and I would observe the what if thoughts in my mind. And what I recognized was that this is a program of our mind. The what if part of our mind is a program, just like the heart, like the job of the heart is to circulate blood and keep us alive that way. The role of the mind is to keep us alive by saying, what if, and trying to predict threats from the future. Right. And so when those thoughts can come up, we can take a breath, sit in our meditation and become centered. And from our observer consciousness, just observe these thoughts and say, okay, this is normal. This is just being part of being a human. And so I want to say that it's not that it's not warranted. This is a scary time. This is a scary time. Mm-hmm. But what happens is when we're in that what if part of the brain and it's on overdrive and we're like buying all the toilet paper and all of this thing, we're actually being guided by our amygdala, which is the fear center of our brains. And aren't we more helpful in a crisis if we're operating from our prefrontal cortex or our reasoning part of our brain, right? So as a mindfulness teacher, I also have a strong background in neuroscience, and they go hand in hand. So what I'm going to teach you today is a tool that helps us move from the amygdala to the prefrontal cortex. Awesome. And then we can take action in this pandemic from a place of reasoning rather than fear, right? And isn't that, we can be so much more powerful that way, right?
Yeah, that's
and
beautiful.
Yeah. And so this is what I discovered when I was going through my health crisis last year, that when I was centered and calm, I could actually, participate in my healing of my body, right? It's like I was getting my mind on my healing team. Right? And
You were getting your mind, say that again, on
my healing team.
Oh, yeah, right. Got it. So, yeah, you want to be a co-participant on your
Right.
healing team versus the downward spiral team
Yes.
of this is not going to work. I'm going to die. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
in fact, that's not really helpful to
Yeah.
anyone, right?
Yeah.
You're just kind of hysterical, right?
Yeah.
In a crisis.
Well, there is something to say about also like giving that space to move, right? Because we
Yeah.
can't just like my experience is like I can't pretend that's not there.
Yeah.
So, but it's not feeding it. So I love that. I actually had a realization about 4 years ago now, almost 4 years ago, with the what if, but the what if was in the positive. What if I was joyful and peaceful? What if there was nothing wrong? That was the first one. It was like literally, what if nothing was wrong? What if nothing is wrong? Right? Like literally. So I just wanted to say that too, because there is the spiral downward of the what if, because that's the unconscious just taking you on that ride. So I'm excited to hear or like go on the journey with you to go with it. And this is a perfect segue too, because just speaking to the women out there, for us to move our bodies before we go into stillness is absolutely important, because we get to move out. Like I was talking about it this weekend with all of our arms. Like we do have these arms. We're multitasking and all this, and all the goddesses have these arms. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but if we just go into meditation, those arms keep going. Yeah, Durga with all of her arms, like they keep going. So it's really hard to be in stillness, right? So just saying, shake it out, and then come into stillness with Sharon here, and we get to go and transcend it. Yeah.
So I want to mention, when you were saying, what if there's nothing wrong? What if I can live in joy? That's just being conscious.
Yeah. Being awake and sober, right?
Setting intentions. Yeah. Versus what I'm speaking to is a program of your subconscious mind that is was developed through evolution. Basically, in the caveman times, let's say there was 9 out of 10 people sitting around the campfire and a lion was around the corner, right? Mm-hmm. If 1 out of 9 is just hanging out, being present, enjoying their fire, and the 1 is saying, well, what if there's a lion over there? What if there's a lion over there? That's which one is going to survive. Right, the 1. Right. Yeah. So that person's going to survive. And those are the genes that were passed on. But the thing is that we don't have lions anymore around the corner, but we still have that antiquated mechanism in our brains through evolution to keep for survival. And so this is what's really important when the mind goes into what if, like on overdrive, and you're totally stressed out and you're just thinking about the worst case scenario of COVID. Right? That you can stop and take a breath and remember, oh, this is just the mind doing its job. This is just the mind keeping me alive. Right? Yeah. So it's not necessarily true. You can just observe it. So to your point, I'm not pushing away that fear or those thoughts. And that's really the key with mindfulness, is recognizing, observing is all you have to do. All you have to do is observe that fear as if it's separate from you. And then you have a little spaciousness and perspective on it, essentially. Right?
That's another way to embrace it. Right? It's witnessing it versus like, it's the same thing as if you were witnessing a child having a tantrum. You could either get in the tantrum with the child and just be like, well, that's kind of fun too, but, but like to go, yeah, everything sucks. Or you could be a witness to the child having the experience she's having, right? And just be witness to it. So
Yeah.
you can do the same thing with yourself through emotions and all of that. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. So the eye of the storm.
Awesome.
And the eye of the storm. You're not pushing away the storm. You're just in the center, in the stillness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's exactly right, because it really is your inner child that's going, what if, what if, what if, what if, this is scary. What if, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what the ancient practice, I love
Yes.
it. I'm going to
Is it a Buddhist practice? I'm so curious.
the Buddhist practice.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there are ancient Buddhist practices called the heart practices, and
Okay.
they are joy,
Mm.
loving kindness, compassion, and equanimity. And you would think, why equanimity as a heart practice, right? Because equanimity means, even keeled, balance of mind, steadiness, non-reactive.
Neutral.
Yeah, neutral. I like
Neutral?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's basically taking the pause, right, from a more movement place. And the reason why equanimity is a heart practice is because if you don't have equanimity as a foundation, you can't have the joy and the compassion and the kindness, right? That all builds upon the equanimity. And so personally, I do an equanimity practice every single day so that the joy, kindness, and compassion can just spring naturally.
Right.
Right? Yeah, because that's who I am on the inside.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another way to think of equanimity is it's your strength. It's your strength, right? Because when we're in crisis, we have to tap into our strength to act and take action from a wise place rather than from a place of fear.
Yeah. We were just sharing this. This is actually perfect. We were just sharing this. We've shared it before in this series about the Chinese symbol for crisis
Right.
is made out of the two, danger, two brushstrokes, and that one is danger and one is opportunity.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really similar to what you're saying.
Yes. Well, it's from the crisis that motivates you to meditate more.
Yeah, totally. I know
Right.
the moments I have fallen down at the feet of God, the
Yes.
goddess, have been in my most traumatic moments possible. And every time I will be crying and crying and at the depths of everything emptied out. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me back. It's that truly almost every time. And I really got that, 15 years ago at I was at a Hare Krishna center and I was, ecstatic with something was going on. I was at a chant fest and I just started crying and crying. I just was hit rock bottom in my heart. I just had a breakup and all this stuff. And I was falling at the feet. And I literally heard, okay, welcome home, and I was like, oh, yes, right. Thank you.
Yes.
So yeah, in those moments, it's like in those crisis moments, the opportunity is there to remember who you are again. Remember that, what you're talking into is the true self, right? In yoga, we call that the Atma. The Atma is the witnesser. It is our true self. It is also, and this is the crisis symbol in the Chinese characters. And so what was I just saying? Atma, thank you. I was like, see, this is it. Okay. So the Atma is the undying part of us. So we are not this body. We are not this thing alone. We are the true self that's inside. And that's the one that can, that Sharon's really speaking, that we get to come from that place in the meditation and going into that place of true self, witnessing the storm of the material world, of this human existence happening, because it's not necessarily real. it's an illusion.
Right.
And so they do say Maya, right? They call Maya the
Yeah.
material world of Maya, which is a goddess, and she is an illusion at times. This an illusion to make you feel like this is real, this hardness, this world is real. But our true self is the one that is never dying, so we never die anyway. So
Yeah.
just on that note. But these
Well,
bodies are made from that biology that you're talking about
yes.
and the
So
brain.
I want to address that. Certainly, that when I was going through cancer, I had to get to a place of the truth that who I actually am will never die.
Ah, yeah. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. Yay.
Yeah,
Mm.
I got to that place through several hours of meditation a day, every day. Yeah, just that was the level of my anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really the blessing, the silver lining that came out of me having cancer, and now I'm cancer free and healthy, and everything's great, and I'm back to dancing with you, girl.
Yay.
Yeah, so that's why I really I'm holding this vision. I'm holding space for the entire world right now
Hmm.
because it's this collective anxiety around there's so much uncertainty. What if I die?
Yeah.
That what can you do with that energy? And Thich Nhat Hanh says when you in that moment you have a choice. Do you go get drunk all day long? Do you buy a bunch of toilet paper and punch people out? Or do you sit still and observe it, be the eye of the storm?
Mm.
And that's the beauty is all you have to do is observe it. And it seems so counter, like we don't have to solve it, we don't have to fix it.
Right.
We just have to observe it. And it's so beautiful. And how we do that is through these practices that were
Yeah.
handed down to us. And so that's why I'm so excited to share with you.
Thank you. Okay, so
Let's do
I'm
it.
ready to go in.
Yeah.
So Sharon's gonna lead us. So get cozy. Do you want us sitting? Do you want us standing? How would you like us?
Either way, just bring yourself into a noble position, whether that's standing in Tadasana or sitting down, whichever works for you.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So get cozy, everybody, and receive this. Take this into this is the segment of one thing. This is Sharon's one thing that you can do
Yes.
to, create a real transformational experience for yourself here during COVID-19 and this quarantine
Yes.
time.
100%.
Yeah.
This is one thing you can do every day to shift
Yeah.
from your amygdala to your prefrontal cortex, to shift into your Atman, to shift into your strength. It's called the equanimity practice. Do it.
Yay. Well, take us in. Thank you.
All right. I'm honored. So let's start with bringing both hands to your heart. And let's take 3 deep breaths together. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And deep inhale. And exhale. And now gently close your eyes. And just bring your breath in and out just naturally. Bring your focus to your breath at the nose. Now I invite you to bring your attention to your chest and feel the connection between your hands and your chest. Feel that sensation. Now bring your attention to the rising and the falling of the chest as you inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Gently release the hands down, palms facing up or down. It feels good to you. Continue focusing on the rising and the falling of the chest. And sitting up really tall, imagine that your body is a mountain, tall and strong, unwavering, grounded. And as this mountain, you are witnessing storms coming through, big thunder clouds passing across the top of the mountain. The mountain stays relaxed, firm, just watching the storms go by. The storms come and then they go. They come and then they go. Recognizing with each storm that this too shall pass. And the best way that I can be of service is to stay calm and grounded and strong. Be the mountain. Breathe into that embodiment of the mountain. I now invite you to bring your attention back to the breath, back into your body. Imagining your lungs expanding and contracting, feeling that sensation. Feeling a sense of gratitude for your healthy lungs. And sending some compassion for those whose lungs are compromised by the COVID-19 virus. And if your lungs are compromised, sending some compassion towards yourself. Deeply connecting with your lungs. Gratitude, compassion. Now slowly bring your hands just below your belly button. Breathe into that space, deep breathing into the belly. Feeling the sensation of the belly expanding and contracting with the breath. This is the site of equanimity in your body. And with the equanimity mantra, which I will teach you in a second, this is where that equanimity will be cultivated. dropping deep into the belly. I will say the equanimity mantra and just repeat it in your mind. Things are as they are. May I accept things just as they are. Things are as they are. May I accept things just as they are. And if you have some resistance come up to that phrase, just trust me just for the sake of this exercise. Just see how you feel. The virus is here. I accept that just as it is. I'm no longer resisting what is happening right now. Things are as they are. I accept things just as they are. Things are as they are. I accept things just as they are. And we'll repeat this mantra in the mind for another couple minutes. And if the mind wanders from the mantra, remember that that's just the mind doing its job. Just gently come back to the mantra for 2 minutes. Things are as they are. I accept things just as they are. We're cultivating equanimity. We're building the muscle of strength. Things are as they are. I accept things just as they are. One more minute. Now I invite you to bring your hands back to your heart. Right into the body, filling up your entire body. Feeling that precious prana all the way down to your toes. And from this place of strength and equanimity, let's offer some compassion for those who are infected with COVID-19. How scary that must be. Offer some love and compassion to their body and their mind. And now offering compassion to all of the world who are just feeling so scared and anxious and suffering right now. And if you're the one suffering and anxious, please give yourself some compassion as well. We're all in this together. Take one last deep breath, and on your exhale, releasing the hands down. Moving the body a little left and right.
Oh, so beautiful. Ooh, so breathe it all in. Whew. Thank you for that. Sharon, that was really, really beautiful. You're an incredible guide to the gateway of our equanimity. Truly beautiful.
Thank you. And I just want to invite everyone just to notice, how are you feeling now compared to at the start of the meditation?
Yeah, we want to hear what your experience is right now. So write it in and share. We had some beautiful activity happening. Joe says, things are as they are. May I accept things just as they are, trusting in the process. Beautiful.
Yes, trust the process.
Yeah.
Praise as well.
Yeah. That's a big one right now, right?
Huge. It's huge.
Trust you are safe. Trust you got this. Trust the world has you. Trust everything is perfect. I know that's hard. And trust the process. Trust the process. We all called this in.
So I want to say one thing, because I think it might be too much of a leap to say I'm safe, because a lot of people aren't. So I just want to invite you to say, I accept things as they are. Like, for example, when I had cancer, I wasn't safe,
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to just accept.
Well, you didn't feel safe, right? Like that's the perception that I'm wanting to get at, is like we can at any moment know that we are the Atma, we are the
Right.
and to land in that, like as that I am safe. I really get that I'm not gonna die. But to give voice to the place, of course, that I don't feel safe right now. Like I definitely don't feel safe right now, for sure. I'm not arguing with you. I totally agree. Like, yeah, there's a
I think what I'm trying to say is that the acceptance piece is the baby step. So
mhm,
for someone who's not familiar with Atman and feeling that on the inside,
mhm.
like most of the world,
Yeah.
right? And that's why I'm teaching equanimity rather than find your Atman. Do you see what I'm
Mhm,
saying? It's a smaller step,
mhm.
more digestible,
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe for your
I
ladies.
think no, I feel like across the board, it's a great step. Honestly, like everyone gets to have this. Oh my God, it's powerful. Absolutely. And there's different moments. There's different calls to action. For me, there's this like just saying I am safe allows me to even get to the breath that will take me into equanimity.
Mm.
Sometimes, not always, but sometimes just saying it. Okay. In essence, like if I can just touch in with my breath. Okay. I'm in this moment. I'm breathing. I got my breath. Okay, I'm safe. And it's not necessarily always, it's not gonna sustain me. So the equanimity is the sustaining piece, which I find, or that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, certainly you're safe in that actual breath.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
100%. Yes. And that actually is something I did when I was going through cancer. I would say, well, how am I right now
Mm.
in this actual moment?
Mhm.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even
Beautiful.
in the hospital, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like really, like at every step,
Yeah.
you can drop into, how am I right now?
Right. And that is the thing that you spoke about. It's like, what if the lion? What if the this? Because that's a perfect story or the example
Yeah.
of future and past. I'm in the past of like, this has happened before. We've seen someone get eaten and, die.
Yeah.
And then the future of like, what if it's going to happen? Oh my God, that's going to happen. So it is this moment that we have with our breath. And in the moment, just like you experienced too, and I experienced in those moments, because I'm telling you, whoa, so much moves through us when we're in fear and anxiety and all of it, right? We know that. I start spinning. I was spinning this weekend before the live stream. It was the first time ever doing that. And, I'm very good at, or not good at, but my specialty is live events in person. And so doing it on live stream, I will tell you, the shit was up for me. Like, I just like had a whirlwind of emotions and stuff that came up. And I was just like, okay, I'm safe in this moment. Got it. It's like utilizing the breath and everything you're saying. It's right on. It's right on.
I would really love to someone named Jennifer made a comment. I feel calmer. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, it says I feel calmer, more relaxed, and ready to make choices with intentions.
Yeah, so I really want to speak to that, Jennifer, because you nailed it. So basically, the whole purpose of the equanimity practice is to shift yourself from the amygdala, from fight or flight, from fear, to your prefrontal cortex. And then you can still take action, but from a place of reasoning rather than from a place of fear. And see, so that's beautiful. So you feel more relaxed, and then you're able to act on your intention from a more mindful place.
Yeah, and there's another Jennifer actually also that's written in here and says, I feel a little less anxious after doing this meditation. For me, it's been an obstacle to fully accept how things are in general. Totally hear you, sister. This is a perfect mantra to practice. I just want to actually I'll speak to the mantra word in just a second, but if you want to speak to that, Sharon.
Well, mantra is, I'm also a yogini like Hema.
Oh, you don't have to speak to the mantra. I just, if you wanted to say anything about the thing, if you want to, you can totally, yes.
We actually do, yes. I'm so glad you brought that up because, and that's why during the meditation I said, you might have resistance to the mantra. Like, what? I'm not going to accept this, right? And then I said, just trust me. Thank you for trusting me, everyone. Because the idea is when you fully accept whatever is here now, again, you make that brain shift, you tap into the eye of the storm, you tap into that Atman consciousness, and you're able to be of service. You're able to bring your highest self. You're able to be strong in the crisis. It doesn't mean, well, it is what it is, and so I'm just going to hang out on my couch and do nothing, or just go outside, and if I get sick, maybe not. Like, that's not equanimity, actually. Yeah, and so that's like a misunderstanding sometimes, right? And so, but there's something that happens in the brain and in the mind and in the heart and soul when you say, I accept what's happening exactly as it is. I mean, that was really hard having cancer, right? Like, I was resisting that, like, outrageous, right? Like, it would never happen to me. Like, what's happening? And I just was like, I got to throw all that to the side and accept this is what's happening. And then at that point, it was like just the divine filled me. It was an incredible awakening experience, just accepting every moment exactly as it is. Try it out, folks.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, honey. Thank you so much for, first of all, for you stepping into teacher and going through what you've gone through. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to witness, to be a part of, to be in the blessing of it. So thank you truly for your gift. And Betsy just wrote, love you both. We love you, Betsy. Okay, so I've got the Oracle card deck. This is a baby that I created with an incredible artist called Alexis Cohen, and I wrote all the messages and the embody invitations. There's 44 cards. All right, we're going to pick a card together. And Sharon, tell me when to stop.
And stop.
Okay. And I'm going to spread these out as much as I can here. All right. All right. So tell me when to stop.
Right there. Right there.
Get it. Pleasure. Look at her.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Look at the rainbow.
I know. Look at her blue hair.
So stunning.
I love it. Oh my gosh. All right. Pleasure.
Don't forget the pleasure, you know? That brings you in the, as you know, brings you into the present moment. 100%.
This is so true.
Yes.
So this is card number 15. And all right, here's your message for today, everybody. Pleasure. Enjoy sacred orgasmic time. Dear beauty, as a woman, you have an exquisite body temple which serves as a gateway to the divine. Our feminine bodies are the vessels through which life comes into this world to express its beauty. We are living in an extraordinary time in which we women are hearing the call to honor, protect, and cherish our bodies as sacred. Our pleasure, arousal, and orgasm are sacred medicines that are healing, grounding, and uplifting to the body and spirit. Whether new or an expert to this practice, discover your body's unique pleasure zones, orgasmic pathways, and what kind of touch she loves and enjoys. It doesn't matter if you are in a relationship or lovership, you can always evolve into your sacred sexual expression and knowledge through self-pleasure and self-exploration. Orgasm is essential to our health and well-being. In most cultures, we don't talk about the importance of this energetic gift we can give ourselves. We've been punished or it's been avoided. Women who orgasm regularly really get to reap the benefits: stronger body, ability to ward off pain. In fact, there aren't any downsides to having orgasms for women. There are only positive things to gain from getting your orgasm on as much as possible. So every card, every message has an embody invitation, and this embody invitation I'm not going to read, especially because it's quite, let's just say. So do take that in, and I think it goes really beautifully hand in hand with your mindfulness meditation.
Yeah.
Because it really, pleasure can bring you into sensations and like the experience right now in your body and your being. So
100%. Yeah.
Sharon, you are beautiful and your story is magnificent. What is the name of your upcoming book?
So my book is The Lovey Method, LOVEE, 5 Mindful Steps to Emotional Resilience. And so what we did today was the equanimity practice, which is the final E, the last E of LOVE. And you're just gonna have to learn more about it, I guess.
Oh yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. Where can we find the book? When will it be available? On your website?
On my website and through Amazon, but not for another couple months. In the meantime, you can just join me on Facebook or Instagram. Sharon Brock Mindfulness is my handle. So either one of those.
SharonBrockMindfulness.com?
No, that's my.
So you said it's on your
Facebook and Instagram.
Got it. Sharon Brock Mindfulness.
Yeah.
On Instagram and on Facebook. Awesome. There it is for you.
So if you join me, I can give you updates on when the when the book is coming out.
Perfect. Oh, well, I'm really excited for the book. I'm excited for you, and
Thank you.
thank you for giving so beautifully and generously from your heart. I mean, you exude living in your heart, honey. Like truly, it comes pouring through your eyes, and it's such a pleasure. So thank you for your divinity and your guidance and your teaching.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, everybody. And we'll say
you,
goodbye to Sharon right now, and we'll show you a little. So yesterday, we invited. So we did this masterclass this weekend, Embody Your Leadership masterclass, and then we're also opening up right now the doors to the Embody Leadership Mastermind, which is a 7-month container, 7-month journey. And so I was asked some questions. Women are, coming on in and signing up, joining. And so right now, yesterday, because women were asking specifically, because I'm basically initiating the goddesses with each module that we do, and they're highly related. So it's initiation to the goddess, but utilizing the energetics of the goddess to infuse into our inner calling projects, our life, and our businesses. Our spiritual preneurship is what I call it. So we thought we would share that video. It's a few minutes, so enjoy it. And thanks for joining us live on Embody series here, Embody Your Freedom series. And come back and join us Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific Coast time, 11 a.m. East Coast time, and wherever you are in the world, blasting you with so much love.
Hello, sisters. I'm just feeling so filled up with being with you, and I wanted to bring you to my altar for a moment because I did have some questions from some of you, one of you really, but I wanted to answer it here about. Hi, Ashley. Hi. I wanted to share with you my altar space and really, truly how, I wanted to make it clear. So the question was about the goddesses are not like a separate teaching. They're we're inviting in the blessings of the goddesses, and we're being initiated by them in order to progress forward in our spiritual entrepreneurship. So I want to make that really clear. We are calling in the essence and the blessings and being initiated in Durga. Here we're gonna here's Durga at my altar. This picture here, you can see her with all of her arms, this is with all of her 18 arms, and then she's got a head. She's holding a head. It's like a fierce picture. The head is cutting off the ego that is in our way. Ego is fear, my loves. Ego is those things that we associate ourselves with that are not necessarily true. They're not of our highest self. So she cuts those off, and we cut those off. That's why she's she's at the beginning, right? We're cutting off those ninja-ing and learning how to ninja and cut out of the things that we are not and bring us home into who we truly are. So we're utilizing the goddesses. Here we have Lakshmi, the actual deity, like an actual statue, an idol, actual image in this way of Lakshmi. It's right in front of Durga. Here you can see her. And oops, I'm knocking things over. So we bring in the sacred, the sacred mastery of our wealth, calling in prosperity, but embodying prosperity. We're embodying the energy frequencies of these goddesses, right? Like we're initiated into, and then inviting them into our lives, our pathway, so that we can utilize and be holding hands with them. I don't want to say using. We're absolutely holding hands with these allies. And here you'll see Ganesh. And here we have Saraswati. I've got this little bag here. Somebody at Burning Man this last year gave me this bag. It's lavender from the Ukraine. It smells amazing. Oh my gosh, it smells so divine still. So yeah, so there's Saraswati. And then I wanted to pull back so you could see this is a yantra this is Matangi. This is a yantra of Matangi, right? The tantric goddess that I introduced you to, and she's the fourth one in our modules and in our learning path, and she is the one that will deliver the higher knowledge through you to the world. So we get to embody the essence, the beauty, the power, the fierceness, the wisdom of these goddesses into our spiritual entrepreneurship. So they are the ones that are initiating us into the steps. So they're part of the teaching. It's not a separate thing. So I just wanted to make that really clear that they are together. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. And we are here for you. I am here for you to honor your yes within yourself, to be investing in yourself, to be walking towards your path, all of it. Like we are here for you to be supported in that. I'm blasting you out with so much love, and I know your visions are worthy. You are worthy of living your visions. Yeah. Okay. That's it for now. And what I don't really bring a lot of people into my altar space, but I just wanted to share this with you. And some of the present women in our program right now, we have a smaller program happening right now, but they all did self-portraits, and then I put them right here at my altar, just so you will be held at my altar space. So, all right, that's it for now. Please don't hesitate to reach out and to ask any questions. I am so here. I'm going to see if there's any activity happening right now. I don't know how I do that.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for watching and being with
All
us.
Right.
And
well, I'll check in with you soon. And please, again,
we're blasting you off, and we will see you
yes,
again on the Embody Freedom series, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Mark your calendars and come and be with us. Come and shift with us. Shift yourself. Remember who you truly are. Big hugs. Love.